This is the KUSI News at 5.
We'll still ahead on the KUSI News at 5 today. People across the country have condemned the series of recent attacks against Jews. We've got details on what they're saying and much more coming your way after the break.
Anti-Semitic incidents are on the rise, according to a report from the Anti-Defamation League. After the recent attack in New York, many in the Jewish community fear this trend will continue. Our Hunter Sowers joins us live from the Chabad of Powell, where she's speaking to local leaders about how solutions to this alarming trend. Hunter?
Good morning, Anna. You're exactly right. Good evening, Anna. I apologize. Second time I have done that. But this is something that not only is being spoken about here in San Diego, but also across the nation. Solutions to this alarming trend. And as you mentioned, that audit was just released from the ADL. And just to put it in perspective for you, from 2017 to 2018, the rise of physical attacks against those in the Jewish community rose 105%. So, yes, as you mentioned, we are here from the Chabad of Powell, which, as many know, was the scene of one of those horrific incidences back in April of 2018. I want to bring in someone who the last time you were here was actually during that tragedy. And Mark, tell people you're with the San Diego County Office of Education, but this is also something very personal.
Yes, it's very personal. My mother is a refugee from Egypt. She was forced out of the country 70 years ago because of the exact same thing, religious persecution and anti-Semitism. And it's very sad because last time I was here was for a memorial for Lori Kane, who was gunned down by hate.
And what does it feel like to know that all these years later, the stories you heard your mom speak about and you thought they were so shocking, so horrific, are now happening and on the rise? What does it feel?
Well, to think that you're in your own house and you're conducting prayers like we do with my family, and somebody to come into your house and attack you is unbelievable. It happens in synagogues. It happens at Jewish community centers. Look, it just happened in a church. So no matter who it happens to, we need to do something, and we need to stop this.
And what are the solutions? What do you feel needs to be done?
Well, I think that there has to be a little bit more monitoring of hate on the Internet. A lot of people that maybe come from broken homes or a delusion of the family structure are very susceptible to these kind of recruiters, and they recruit people on the Internet for hate, and they do that often now.
And this is something, too, as we've spoken about, that is on the rise and is something that you feel very personal about, obviously, with your position. But does that start in the school? I mean, is this something that we're going to see curriculum on to really make a difference?
Well, fortunately, the San Diego County Office of Education has partnered with the Anti-Defamation League, the ADL that you just cited. And we have curriculum in place to fight against hate, anti-Semitism, and hatred of all kinds. So we're doing that, but it has to be a multi-pronged approach, maybe hardening targets, maybe some more federal money, helping us make places more secure, because if you're not safe in your own home, it's going to be hard to make you safe in a synagogue or a community center.
Absolutely. And final question here, you said that those soft targets, step people through for maybe those who aren't familiar with that, what that means exactly and how you would change that.
Okay, a soft target is something like a school, a religious place, a community center, for example. Anywhere where someone can just walk in, they're not searched, they're not frisked, and people are relatively there just unarmed and just out to have a good time. They're just not aware that somebody would want to come in there to kill them, and that's a soft target.
And those are the things we need to start making a difference, and that's where we start. Okay, well, Thank you so much, Mark. We appreciate it. And, guys, as you heard, this is something, too, that is hitting this community of Powell very hard, as they remember just last April where they were when this was the scene of one of those horrific incidences. And we're going to be talking more about this audit report and those solutions that many are looking for tonight across the nation and right here in San Diego. We are live from the Chabad of Powell. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
It's unfortunate. I mean, that's an understatement, and really just devastating that this community is having to raise their children up in a time where this is still going on. Hunter, thanks for bringing awareness to that.